Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Nadifa Sholihati. I'm from SMP Surakarta, and I'm here to tell you about the story of bawang putih and bawang merah. A long time ago, there was a lively village. In the village, there was a very rich merchant. The merchant has a daughter named Bawang Putih. Bawang Putih was a very kind and obedient child. Her father loved her very much. Unfortunately, Bawang Putih doesn't have a mother since she passed away when she was little. But one day, when her father comes home, he brings out a woman and her child. Her child name is Bawang Merah. Her father loves them very much and wants to marry the woman. Of course, Bawang Putih agrees, and they become her stepmother and her stepsister. Though every time her father would go out to trade and sell his things, they would abuse and beat up Bawang Putih. Bawang Putih would be forced to do chores like clean up the house, wash their clothes, and pick up firewood for their fireplace. But Bawang Putih does it anyway because she doesn't want her father to be sad. Her stepmother and stepsister would take turns shouting at each other. They would force her to make breakfast every morning, and then before she could even finish, they would force her to wash their clothes. Every single day, that's her life. But one day, her father fell ill. Bawang Putih got concerned because of it. She would not leave her father's side because she's afraid that he would pass away, and unfortunately, he did. Her stepmother and stepsister were happy about it, excited even, because they could finally live a rich life. One day, when Bawang Putih was washing their clothes, her stepmother's favorite scarf flowed down to the river stream. When she noticed it, she immediately panics because if she comes home without her stepmother's favorite red scarf, she would definitely get beat up. So, Bawang Putih followed the river stream and meet a farmer. She then asked the farmer, "Hey uncle, have you seen my mother's red scarf? It flowed down to the river stream." The farmer then answered, "Oh yes, I've seen an old lady pick it up. She lived by the mountains." Bawang Putih thanked him and immediately ran towards the mountain. She knocks on the door, which the old lady opens it. She asks, "Hey grandma, have you seen my mother's red scarf?" The grandma, of course, has it. And she said to Bawang Putih that she needs to work for it. She has to do her chores. Bawang Putih agreed because it's normal to her. When she's done, her clothes are now all filled up. The grandma told her to pick between two pumpkins, a big one and a small one. She would like to pick the big one, but she already has a handful of clothes to bring home. She picked the small one. Her grandma instructed her to open it when she comes home and not in the middle of the road. Bawang Putih, of course, obeyed and comes home with the pumpkin. When she comes home, she immediately gets scolded by her stepmother and stepsister. Where have you been? Why did you go out without my permission?" They started to beat her up and insult her to the ground. And then her stepsister took notice of the pumpkin. She then told her to cook it up and make them dinner. Bawang Putih obeyed and cut it up. And instead of the usual seeds, it's filled with jewelry to gold, metal, and gems. Of course, her stepmother and stepsister were shocked. They were asking her how she got it. She told them the story with the grandmother. Both her stepsister and stepmother has a plan. On the next day, they pretend to wash their clothes. And they accidentally let go of the red scarf, let it go down to the river stream. They suddenly follow it and goes toward the mountain where the old lady lives. Bawang Merah knocks on the door and fake cry. Hey, lady, have you seen where my mother's red scarf is? I accidentally let it go when we were washing our clothes. The grandma, of course, has it and tell them to work for it, just like Bawang Putih. They do the work and complain the whole time. Once they're done, the grandma then let them pick between two pumpkins, a small and big one. They pick the big one. And of course, they were impatient and they don't want to go home with the pumpkin. So they immediately cut it when they leave the house. Instead of filled with jewelry, it was filled with venomous animals like spiders, snakes, and scorpions. The snake bite the both of them. And they don't have any time for any reaction. So they died. At the end, Bawang Putih lived happily ever after, and she was rich because she could sell the jewelry and continue her father's merchant business. That's all. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.